Hello allesammans, this is Mark, jag heter Mark, and it is July 13th, I want to say. I think it's the 13th. Last night I decided to sort of focus a little bit better on creating a system or a ritual. Yesterday I was talking about setting up routines, or setting up those fundamentals and building routines around the fundamental things that you need to do. And so I went to bed last night earlier than I usually do. I went to bed by 10 o'clock. I took a little melatonin to help me sleep. So normally I go to bed like midnight. So it's a couple hours earlier, so I needed to make sure that I fell asleep so that I got the full 8 hours. I wanted to wake up at 6 o'clock. And I had even worked out, with this whole schedule of kind of what to do, wake up at 6 and do my language learning stuff and flashcards, and then make the bed, have a shower, get some coffee, all this stuff, stretching, go for a walk, and then start work right at 9 o'clock. I didn't do any of that. I woke up at 9 o'clock. So I went to bed at 10 and I woke up at 9, which means I must have been really lacking in sleep. So my body was making up for it. Although interestingly, I woke up around 3 a.m. and I couldn't sleep for 40 minutes. I was just thinking about all the things I had to do. So I was thinking about the ACM website that I need to finish up. I was thinking about the curriculum that I need to develop for my class. Mostly those two things. But eventually I went back to bed and I woke up at 9 o'clock, and 3 hours after I wanted to. But I guess that means that tonight when I go to bed at 10 o'clock, I should be able to wake up at 6 after a full 8 hours and be ready to go tomorrow. So I think I made up the difference of what I was missing. Because even over the weekend, I slept in a lot. So I think now I'm all caught up, hopefully. Today I just wanted to share a little bit about sort of this plan I have for creating consistent routines. And I left this intentionally pretty vague. It's not super detailed. Maybe it looks detailed, but it's really not. 3-hour block for work, then lunch, and then another 3-hour block for work, and then meal prep, and then some more work, wrapping up, dinner. Pretty flexible. And even from 7 to 9, 2 hours in the evening is just project work, it says. I just create blocks of time to fill with the things I need to do. I've spent a lot of time in the past working on schedules like this. I've done super detailed ones, I've done very generic ones with just 4 lines, I've done all sorts of things, and ultimately it doesn't come down to how detailed or how precise this is. It's about how well you can follow through. It's about that consistency. It's about taking the action and just doing it every day. And I think most importantly, not being a perfectionist about it. If you don't accomplish everything, that's okay. The next day, just try again. The day after that, try again. Maybe set a time, a week, you adjust. And you say, okay, this week I had problems with this, so I'm gonna eliminate that part and we'll just see how it goes. So setting these sort of time frames of a week or a month where you evaluate and analyze and then reapproach and adjust. In the past, I tended to be a bit of a perfectionist and set a schedule for myself that was very challenging and do it great for a couple days or a week or two, maybe a month, and then it just falters after that. I think we all have that experience. And so for me, the challenge isn't coming up with a good system. They're all good systems. The challenge for me is to not beat myself up or give up when I don't fulfill 100% of the requirements. Just the effort itself, the consistent effort, is what's the most important. I'm gonna borrow from this guy, Matt Lane, who does this Matt Lane fitness channel. I actually don't pay attention to what he says about fitness, but I like the saying he has. You don't have to be perfect at this thing that you're trying to do. You just have to be better today than you were yesterday, every day. So just every day, focus on improving your process, little by little. Skoshizutsu, as they say in Japanese. I'm going to really focus on using this as just a general blueprint and doing the best I can and not beating myself up if I don't do perfectly. My biggest challenges with schedules tend to be in the evening. And I know that's because right around when the sun goes down is when my willpower goes down. I have much less willpower in the evening than I do in the morning. So in the morning, if I front load a lot of the harder stuff to do, the project work, the studying, all of that stuff, and in the evening, I give myself a little bit more of a relaxing schedule and let myself wind down so that I can prepare to go to bed at a reasonable hour. I think that's helpful. I rarely get a lot of good productive work done in the evening. rarely. And it's only when I have to force myself or there's a major deadline or like homework's due the next day, that kind of thing, then I can get things done at night. But that's a stressful way to live. So I'd rather be productive in the first half of the day and let the second half of the day just sort of let myself wind down a bit and just fill in the gaps of that productivity with other things I need to do. So I'm going to work on this schedule. And today obviously didn't get done because I woke up 3 hours late. But I consider that a win in a way because it allowed me to recuperate my energy, recuperate my strength, and get ready. Tomorrow, just try to do better than I did today. Just a little bit by little bit. So that's my focus today. That's kind of what I've been thinking about, just improving my process, improving the consistency of my process, and just working through that. So that's it. Today, just keep plugging away at everything. But tomorrow, I might talk more about the Norwegian language progress that I'm making. Today was day 40 of that, and I might visit a little bit of that and talk about that a little bit. So that's it. Tusen takk for listening and watching, and I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Subscribe if you want. It's up to you. I'm not going to force you to do anything. Ha det bra. Bye.